Vision accomplished. Vision accomplished. Vision accomplished? We'll find out the true statement towards the end.
Now, our third speaker for today, she describes herself as someone who is high on life. Her hobbies are reading, and when asked about how she shows compassion to herself, she said something very interesting, which I very much agree with. That is saying no and being blunt when needed. Everyone put your hands together for Toastmaster Vibha.
Thank you. Thank you. Vision accomplished. Vision accomplished. Vision accomplished? We'll find out the true statement towards the end of the meeting. Let's begin with, or let's find out how it all started. In the year 2015, I attended a club meeting in Pune, which was one of the best club meetings ever of Toastmasters that I've attended. Even our club does not match that quality. I won the best table topic speaker over there, and I was so excited that when I flew back to Dubai, I immediately went to a Toastmasters club and attended the meeting and became a member on the first day. Hiba, some tips for you. That was a 6 months journey of lot of learning, fun-filled experiences, etc. Then I decided to take a break. I took a long break of 2.5 years. Fast forward to the year 2019 February. DKM Shashidhar, he called me up and he said, Vibha, we're starting a new club and it's going to be from the scratch. Are you interested? And I'm a person who likes creating things from the scratch. And this was a challenge for me. It was like a startup, which was like I could do things the way I wanted it to be, and I could be the creator of the club. So that's what got me hooked on to Carpedium Sharjah Toastmasters Club. That's where the journey began. Now why? Why did I want to be on the stage? It's very important to understand that why all of us are over here. Why am I here today? To reflect on my path. For reflection, we need a screen, we need a light, and we need a story. My why to be on the stage was, I love being center of the attention. Okay? I'm very spoiled in that way. I want all eyes on me. What other better place on earth than Toastmasters when 80% of the eyes are on me? My journey, this is what we're going to do. And then the other why was, everybody has a gift. Some of you have already discovered it, some of you are discovering. My gift is the words. This slide was not supposed to come. But anyways. Okay, let's see. So my gift is talking. My parents used to tell me that, Vibha, you should go into marketing, you should go into sales, because that's where my dad is also, like he's in marketing and sales, and he's like, you will do an amazing job. So I was like, okay, if I'm able to sell something, if I'm able to communicate my idea to people, then why not talk about things that are close to my heart? For example, environment and mental health. These two topics you will find in most of my speeches. Environment, mental health. So these two topics are the ones that I talk about. What we are going to do today is, because it's like reflecting on the path, speeches that I gave, evaluation received, evaluation given, mentoring where I was the mentor to someone, protege where I was being mentored by someone, and then life beyond the club, life beyond Toastmasters. My pathway is called visionary communication. So that means I needed a vision. I had to have a vision. What was my vision? Still not very clear. But my vision as of now is that I want to speak in front of 1,000 people and being paid for it. So that's my current vision that I'm working on. This is me. This is me in 2019, where I gave my icebreaker for the second time. How it began? Why? My gift, that's what I want to use it for. Thank you Toastmaster Hadi for clicking this picture. It's him. Speeches, I have given roughly 18 speeches so far. So the journey began in 2019 February all the way to November 2022. It took me 3 years to complete one pathway. It was a slow, sanguine journey which I wanted to achieve at my own pace. And I'm very happy with the progress that I have made so far. The second icebreaker which I gave, I shifted it a little bit. Toastmaster Krupa or guest Krupa, she said, okay, I've already introduced myself. How many times should I do the same thing? Now here is the twist. Nobody knows what you said the first time. In your head, you know it. Second time, do it differently. The first time when I gave the icebreaker speech, it was in first person. I this, I that, I that. The second time I gave it, I make it into a third person. Let's tour the world of Vibha Talati. She was born to a Gujarati couple residing in Meena Bazar area of Bardabai. So it was all in third person. Leadership styles, I am democratic and authoritative. I like to know what you want, I like to understand what you want, but if so many heads are there, you might not get a decision. So then I take the charge and I become the authoritative one. Like, okay, yalla, things need to be done. Communication style, my mom, my dad. My mom is like, Vibha, you have to do this, Vibha, you have to do that. She was the pushy one. My dad, it's okay, my child, take your time, experience, make mistakes, do things. So this is the communication styles I would use as per the audience that's listening to me. Research and aluminum recycling, your soda cans, your soft drink cans, your water cans nowadays, Aquafina, they are using aluminium. That I spoke about recycling this. Many other things. The last one, the keynote speech that was outside the club to a new audience, and I spoke on a topic which is now the third one which is being added, sign language. I want to promote the sign language to the deaf community and also to the hearing community. So that's how I completed my journey of visionary communication. They say a picture speaks more than 1,000 words. So I have roughly 4,000 words on the screen. This is where the journey started from. Each one of you is going to take something different from these pictures. But what I would like to show you is, here my hands are clasped. I am covering my I'm covering my hands, I'm a little bit reluctant and not so confident. Then I move on to, this is where I'm talking about the aluminium screen, the cans. This was the most adventurous speech for me, where I got onto the chair and I enacted a scene out of Sholay, Toastmaster Jen. That's like a classic movie like Godfather or Gone with the Wind in the Indian Bollywood. So I did that. And this, I don't know what I'm doing. And this is my last speech. So if you see the journey, other than the color of the hair and the size changing, there is also confidence building. This is what I have done. A tip for all the new members, please record all your speeches. Take photos of all your stage presence, because one day you will need them. Maybe after 3 years, maybe after 5 years. 17 February 2019 and 2022. Next comes evaluations received. I was a very close person in the sense, when somebody gives me a feedback, I am not listening to you, I am not listening to you. What I understood was, I was very insecure about receiving feedback from outside. I identify myself as a stage person, as an orator, or as a public speaker. So in my head, I had to be perfect. And when somebody says, and when somebody gives me critical, or somebody gives me criticism, I'm like, no, I'm not listening to you. So that was in the beginning. The second thing is also, sometimes people say, oh, your speech was so good. But in my head, I know it was not good. So I don't listen to them either. So I just used to close my ears. figuratively, you would not see that I'm closing my ears. Feedback is the breakfast of champions. I didn't have breakfast for 2 years. That is also what has changed. Evaluations given. Giving feedback is an art. Receiving feedback is a sign of courage, which I have nailed it by 80%, I would say. A very important thing that you will learn in Toastmasters is, it's not what you say, but how you say it. It could be the worst speech that you have ever heard, but still you manage to bring out the sanguine part of the speech. That is what makes you an amazing evaluator. Toastmaster Dipali, she told me that Vibha, you and Shashidhar are very good at giving feedbacks, giving evaluations. So I am riding on her confidence on me that I am a good evaluator. This was my first evaluation in 2019. Once again, the journey, and I also won Best Evaluator, one of the meetings. There was an external meeting. Mentoring is also part of your pathways. You will be a mentor, you will be a prodigy, you will be talking about both the sides of the coins. These are some things that I learned being a mentor. When you are the prodigy, these are some tips that I swear by. Choose your mentor as per your requirements. Not everybody is the right mentor for you. Keep changing your mentors. Every year our teachers change as we progress in the school. So even our mentors should change. Don't take every tip or analyze every feedback that they give you. Analyze what works for you and then you do it. Then you implement them. Your experiences are your best mentor. Learn from your own mistakes, like how my dad said, Sita, take a chill pill, learn it by yourself. It's not only about speeches. TMOD, that's my favorite role. I've done it like 18 times already. I was the MC where 600 people were watching me, but I was not paid for it. Education session. If you are the geek of Jab We Met and 7 minutes is not enough for you, these are the sessions that you can go for, where you can speak more. Parag, my husband, he says, Vibha, people get paid to do work. Here you are paying and also doing the work. Why? For what? For this. Being able to speak beyond Toastmasters. I say Toastmasters is my playground, is my school, where I'm preparing for the world beyond Toastmasters, where I have 1,000 people looking at me, having paid, and that's when I'll say, vision accomplished.